Brain rots. Let's hit something most people get wrong about money. You ever meet someone who proudly says, I just saved my money in the bank. I got 10 grand saved. At first, it sounds responsible. That's what we were taught, right? Parents said it, teachers said it, TV ads drilled it in, right? Put your money in the bank and you'll be safe. That's the so-called smart choice. But here's the truth. People don't never like hearing. Saving money in the bank today is like filling a bucket with a hole a hole at the bottom of the bucket. It looks full, it looks stable, but the longer you leave it there, the more it takes. And that hole is called inflation. Think about this. Your grandparents and parents did the same thing. They worked hard, they saved responsibly, and they trusted the system. Yet so many of them still struggle in retirement. They did what they were told, but their money lost power every single year. That's not bad luck. That's not bad planning, okay? That's the system working exactly as it has been designed. By the end of this video, you'll never look at your savings account the same way again. Banks are masters of marketing safety. The ads show happy families, steel wall doors, and smiling customers holding checkbooks. The message is clear. Put your money here and it's safe, right? And technically, yes, it is safe from being physically stolen, right? Nobody is robbing your account at gunpoint. But safety in the bank does not equal growth. Safety does not equal freedom. Safety does not protect you from the slow, invisible thief that is inflation. Think about it like this. You park a car in a garage for 10 years. Nobody steals it. Nobody crashes it. But when you open the garage 10 years later, what do you find? Rust, dust, a dead battery, flat tires. Sure, the car was safe, but it's wasted away, right? That's what happens to your money in the bank. It looks safe. It looks untouched. But every year, it's rusting away in value. Let's say you've got $10,000 sitting in your account. The bank sends you a little bonus, right? $17. Okay, yeah, $17 in interest for a month. You look at your statement and you feel proud. You think you're making money while you sleep. But then you go to the store, bread is up 20 cents. Milk is up 50 cents. Eggs are up a whole dollar. Gasoline costs more than last month. Your rent just jumped another $50. Suddenly, that $17 interest is a joke. Here's where people get fooled. That they confuse not losing dollars with not losing values. The number on the account stays the same. It even creeps up a little with the interest. But those numbers can actually buy is shrinking every single year. Okay? It's like holding a block of ice in your hands. Looks solid, but it's melting the whole time. Now let's talk about the enemy the most people ignore. Inflation. Inflation means prices go up, not just one or two things, okay? Everything. Literally everything. Groceries, rent, gas, tuition, clothes, coffee. The cost of living never stops climbing. That's not by accident. That's literally how the system works. Say you put $10,000 at the bank at a 3% interest. After 1 year, you've got 10,300 grand. That's the math. Now that must feel really good, right? Free money, free 300. But if inflation is 6% that year, everything around you just got 6% more expensive. What does that mean? Your 10,300 now buys what $9,700 used to buy. You thought you earned 300. In reality, you lost 300 in buying power. Do this over and over, and it compounds in reverse. 10 years later, your 10,000 might buy half of what it is used to. 20 years later, it might buy a quarter of what it buys now. The number in the bank looks bigger, but your lifestyle is shrinking. Think about your daily life. Starbucks latte, 450 back then, it is 550 today dollars. Netflix, $10 a month, now 15 or more. The iPhone 6 in 2014 costed $649, right? The iPhone 15 almost is $1,200. Even basic things show it. $20 in the 90s. That covered a dinner and a movie. Today, $20 gets you one fast food meal and maybe a soda. That's inflation. Slow, silent, and constant. Saving in the bank is like running on a treadmill. You're moving, you're sweating, and you're working hard. The numbers go up, but you are not going anywhere. So if you are losing, who is actually winning? The bank. It's always the bank who's winning. Okay? Here's what really happens. You deposit $10,000. The bank doesn't just leave it sitting there for you. They almost immediately lend it out. Someone gets a car loan at 8%. Someone else gets a mortgage at 6%. Someone wipes a credit card at 20%. That 10,000 of yours is making them, the bank, thousands, tens of thousands in profit. At the end of the year, they come back to you saying, here's 300 bucks. Thank you for helping us. And you smile like you just want something. Let's make it more personal. Imagine a friend asks you to borrow $10,000. He says, don't worry, I'll take care of it. A year later, he flips it into $50,000. He comes back to you and says, here's $300. Appreciate the help. Would you call that fair? Of course not. When a bank does it, people call it responsible saving, right? Banks are not in business to make you rich. If they were, they'd be broke. They are in business to make themselves rich using your money. And they eat the feast. They give you the crumbs after that. Look back in the time for proof. In the 90s, $20 had weight. You could take your family out for dinner and still have change. Today, $20 barely covers 2 slices of pizza and a soda. In the year 2000, a subway ride was $1.50. Today, it's $3. That's double. A movie ticket was $7 back then. Today, it is $15. Housing costs, they skyrocketed, okay? Gas prices doubled in many places. Now think about your grandparents again. Many of them saved faithfully, very faithfully. They trusted in banks. They gave all the money and they saved. They followed the rule book. And yet today, many live on tight budgets. Okay, stretching every dollar just to survive, not because they were reckless, not because they didn't save, they saved, but because the dollars they saved 50 years ago lost their strength. That's the trap. The numbers in your account look safe, but the reality outside your account tells a very different story. So, what's the way out? How do you escape this? Because most people they only think that that saving your money in the bank is the only way. Well, there's something else. The answer is compounding. You don't know what compounding means? It's pretty simple. Compounding means your money makes money, and that money makes even more money. It's growth that snowballs. Okay, and here's the funny thing: it's the same tool that banks use on you. Okay, but you can use it for yourself on yourself. Let's compare two people. Okay, Mike leaves 10,000 in the bank at 3%, and John invests 10,000 into assets averaging 10%. After 1 year, Mike has 10,300. John has 11,000. After 5 years, Mike has 11,600. Seems a lot. John has 16,000. After 20 years, Mike has 18,000 and John over $67,000. That's not magic. That's not luck. It's simple maths. Yes, investments, they go up, they go down. There are good years and bad years, but over a decade, history shows markets grow. Real estate grows, business grows, and all of them crush bank savings in return. Yeah, okay, so that's why wealthy don't keep their money sitting in banks. They put it to work. They let compounding multiply it. That's why they keep getting richer while others feel stuck. The poor people like you. Mike, he thought he was safe, but his safety cost was buying him power. John, that little dude over there, took some risk, but his reward was real wealth. Same 10,000, two completely different outcomes. So now it comes down to you. Okay. You can keep your money in the bank. It'll sit there, it looks safe, but it will shrink in value year after year until one day you realize safety was actually slow death. Or you can invest. You can let compounding work for you instead of against you. You can grow wealth while everyone else watches their savings rot. People often say, but investing is risky. And that's true. It's really risky. But so is being broke at 60. You've got to pick your risk. Do you want to risk? Do you want the risk of markets going up or down, or the guaranteed risk of 100% guaranteed risk of inflation eating you alive? Which one do you want? Next time someone brags about their savings account, don't argue. Just smile and think. Enjoy your crumbs. I'm building the feast. Smart, safe money losses, smart money multiplies. Okay. And that's the core truth about saving in the bank. I'll see you in the next video.